everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as you can see from the title, this is a no brand makeup tutorial. So what that means is I'm going to be doing a full tutorial on this whole look right here, but I will not be showing you the products I used or the brands I used. I'm just going to show you going with a shadow like this. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload twice a week, and that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting off with a warm toned matte shadow, I'm just going to start buffing that into the upper crease. And I'm going to blow this out a little bit because I do want this to be pretty smoky and fall. Then dipping into a super coppery shimmer shade, I'm just going to press that into the lid. Then with a little more of that first shade, I'm just going to buff out some of those edges. To amp this up, we're going to take a foiled shimmer shade, and I'm going to just lightly tap that into the center of the lid. Then I'm just going to blend into that highlighty shade with that first matte transition shade. Then on a deep chocolate brown, I'm just going to slightly deepen up the outer V of the eye. Then back into that first shade, just to blend it all together. Then with a touch more of the coppery bronze shimmer shade, we're just going to re-intensify the outer and inner portion of the eye. Then with a little bit of a red foiled liquid shadow, I'm going to add just a touch to the lid. Then I'm just going to clean up the fallout. So the skin is prepped and primed. So I'm going to take a little bit of foundation and just gently build up the complexion. I'm not going to go in super full coverage, so those 2 pumps that I just used should be enough to spread across the entire face. So I knew it was going to be nearly impossible to put on concealer without you seeing exactly what I was using, which kind of defeats the purpose of this entire video. So I did apply it off camera, but I am going to blend it out here. We are moving into the colder months. Fall is coming. So for me, that means we can go a little brighter on the under eye, we can go a little bit more deep on the contour, and we can really just start going vampy. I mean, you know me, I'll go vampy in the middle of the summer. However, now is the time where everybody's going vampy, and I am so excited. Then I'm just gonna take a little bit of my translucent powder and set down all that concealer. Is anybody else proud that I'm not wearing the powder right now? Because I really am.
I am.
Next up, we're going to just warm up the cheeks with a little bit of bronzer. This is my favorite part of the look. It's where the bronzer is starting to go on, everything is starting to get deepened in the cheeks, so everything bright is just starting to pop, and everything just looks so much better. So I just took a little bit of a brightening powder for the under eyes, and now I'm just going to add a little bit of contour. Now you don't have to go quite as drastic with the brightness and the contour as I did, but we know I love being like super evening, even in the daytime. So on a fluffy brush, I'm just gonna add a little bit of a soft pink luminous blush to the cheek, and I'm concentrating that in small circles on the apples just because I'm not going to be taking it all the way deep into the contour today because I really want that separation of where that pinky blushiness is and where that sleek cheek is. As you know, this is the part of the look where it all comes together. On that same brush, I'm going to take a little bit of a blush topper, and I'm just going to add that to the bottom of the cheeks This is gonna kind of serve almost as a pre-highlight. Then going into a champagne highlight, we're just going to amp up the cheekbones. So off camera, I just threw a cranberry liner in the waterline. Again, that's one of those things I can't really do without you seeing exactly what I'm putting on. So I'm actually going to dip into that deep brown shadow shade, and I'm just going to smoke out the lower lash line a little bit. Then going into a lighter matte camel-y brown shade, I'm just gonna kind of blend all of that together and blow it out a little bit, just so it's a little bit smokier and a little bit more grungy. I'm really feeling that like 1992 grungy vibe lately. I'm gonna quickly just kind of blend all of that together. Next, with a matte white shade on another fluffy brush, I'm just going to take the entire upper portion of the eye up towards the brow bone, just to kind of clean up any of that grunginess, just so it does look well blended. And that's also gonna serve as our matte brow bone highlight. Then going into an almost yellowy pearlescent highlight shade, I'm going to highlight the inner corner. Next, I'm just going to quickly set this in place. You thought I was going to show you what that was, didn't you? No. Next, I'm going... Focus. Next, I'm just going to quickly line my lips. Then I'm going to go over that with a fairly nude, like brown toned lipstick. Now I'm just going to quickly throw on some mascara off camera, and I'll be right back. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this pseudo monochromatic fall makeup tutorial, and I'm actually really happy with this style of like not showing off all the products I used, because it gets back to the basics, the makeup. Doesn't matter if you have the palette I used or the brands I used. The important part is, you know, pick a stunning eyeshadow that does this. Doesn't matter what the formula is, as long as it does something like that, you can achieve this look. So once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.